Hello and welcome back to my holiday countdown, Coach Spotlight. And I am so happy today to share someone with you who maybe comes to coaching from a slightly different angle than my approach or where I've been trained at least. And I think you will really enjoy hearing about her story and what she has to offer. So my guest today is Heather Fontenot. Hopefully, I've got the pronunciation close. She is a mind-body therapist and a coach, and she supports women who are processing emotion and trauma and setting boundaries and kind of finding a new grounded, resourced way to work through their life. And she has some amazing offerings coming up. And I would just love if you want to tell us a little bit more about you and what you do, that would be amazing.
Sure. I just want to first say thank you for this
You're
opportunity
welcome.
and sharing this moment with me. I am grateful.
Glad to
And
have you here.
yeah, thank you. So, a little bit about me. And like Kari said, a mind body therapist and coach. My work is, I would say it's a bottom up approach. So, I work through the body to access the mind rather than top down from the mind to the body. Um, I have been working at a co-occurring mental health and substance abuse for several years. Um, I'm no longer there, but that was my previous journey. Um, yeah, and it shaped the work that I do so much and who I want to work with.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah.
you know,
And so you also, if I'm not mistaken, kind of have a maybe a yoga background as well, or
yes.
right? So kind
So
of fusing all of that together.
yes, so it yoga therapy is the background that I come from. I originally was brought to the work through traditional yoga classes, studio based, and for my journey, for my personal journey, I needed support and community, and was going through some challenging things in life over and over again, and doing therapy, and my therapist recommended that yoga would be a supportive thing for me. So that's how I was introduced to it.
Sure.
And then I taught for several years and noticed that people were having reactions on their mat that I wasn't sure how to support. Um, and I wanted to be able to support them more. And then so I looked into further training and I did it was over 1,000 hours yoga therapy training. And it's a complex system. Um, we look at the person. So when I work with people, I do assessment and we're looking at the whole person. So physically, mentally, emotionally, breath, and spiritually. And um, we bring in so many different tools, and no practice looks the same. It's really individualized and personalized.
Yeah.
Um, so I would say that's what brought me to the work. And then through that, I started working at the facility I was working at
Okay.
and caring for caring for patients and individuals who experienced a lot of trauma. Um, we had a program that was for all veterans, 6 month extended care. So that was kind of I was part of starting that program, and it was my baby. So really caring for people who had been through a lot and dedicated their lives of service to others. So kind of twofold things I saw in that, and honoring what I went through at that time as well. Um, caring for them as patients and then seeing the staff, the therapists, the doctors, the caretakers, the caregivers, just the emotional load, um, the heaviness, the the caseload, there's a lot of suffering. And so, um, sometimes you take that home and you get overwhelmed. Um, and so I saw that and I wanted to create something that could support people who care for others. I feel like I needed that. I needed someone to hold space for me, to care for me, to I had all these tools and I did that. I still did the work while I was there, but um not having maybe like a we call it co-regulation.
Yeah.
So a nervous system that's really steady
Right.
that could hold you during a time when you're holding so much for other people.
Yeah. Like I think about, right, in a lot of times when I think about how coaching, the kind of coaching I'm doing works, right? We need that other person who has not the same energy around whatever. They can show up with so much love and so much compassion for where you're at, but they
Mhm.
don't have to like dive into it, right? They can be a mirror in the most loving way. Because if we look in the mirror ourselves, the one we create, we're not always so loving there either. And there are things we can't see. So
Yes.
that outside person can provide so much.
Yeah,
And
and who's like separate from
yeah,
that organization or that practice that you're in,
right,
because they don't hear all the noise.
right, right. Not embedded in all
Yes.
of the things, enmeshed in all of the things that are
Yes.
happening in that
Yes.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So when I I've had a private practice for years. I owned a studio. But when I started to look at creating this program, that was the lens I was looking through. I
sure.
wanted it to be a supportive, restorative program for and my work moving forward to be that for other people.
Yeah. Well, and that's probably a beautiful segue for you to talk about. So you have a program opening up on the 8th of December, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And so tell me more about that and tell everyone who that's for and what that looks like.
Well, it's kind of for that person that we just talked about.
Yeah.
I created it intentionally with the thought and that I could be that person that support system that would hold space for people who are in helping professions.
Sure.
So therapists, nurse practitioners, nurses, teachers. Um, that's who I work with now. And I see what we've been talking about. So the program is a 3-month program that that you receive individualized sessions with me and an individualized plan. So we would do that in-depth assessment
Okay.
to see what's going on individually, internally, in your system, and then I would design the plan for you, and then we would work together over 6 sessions to see, what's coming up for you, some coaching around that. And there's also an opportunity for a weekly um, community group.
Hmm,
So where it's a guided relaxation practice each week. And after that, or they will be able to like peer consultation.
sure. So
So to
some
be able
connection
to,
built in.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, some community. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's called Embodied Rejuvenation. Is that
yes,
right?
it
The
is.
program is okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I will make sure that I include where everyone can find all of this information and how to find you and how to sign up for that when I share this and put that probably below this video if they're watching it on YouTube. Anything else that's really important for them to know or for anyone watching to know about maybe taking a flavor of that through the holiday season or supporting themselves this time of year in that vein?
Yes. I'm big on taking a pause, you know, take a moment to tune into yourself, so that you can really take in the moment. You can be present. Sometimes that looks like, going on a solo walk or just taking a moment to put your hand on your heart and breathe. Um, do what you need to do for yourself and don't feel guilty in that. Um, yeah, like we often give so much again around the holiday season to others and we forget about ourselves. And so yeah, if you can find a moment to care for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, right? The holiday season almost becomes like a little microcosm of what you are talking about, right? So many of us are in looking out beyond ourselves throughout the season and to take that time to come back in.
Yes.
And I love too that what you're offering is right. It doesn't mean that I need a day-long spa day,
Right. Right.
right?
Yeah.
It might just be a few of these or whatever that is for them.
And I do too. I offer on my website, I offer a weekly pause. I call it a weekly pause, and I send out
Mm.
a newsletter each week, and it has a short embodiment practice.
Oh,
Um,
beautiful.
and that's included in it
Yeah.
because I did realize that too. Again, when we go back to talking about the the busyness, the caseload, all the things that we have to do in our profession, in our lives, um, you know, not adding something else to it. Can we just have maybe a small moment
Yeah.
to return to ourselves?
Yeah. And it's always so interesting, right? How much space that small moment can actually create, even
Yeah.
though the schedule may not have shifted at all, right? But it's energetic
Yes.
and emotional.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
powerful. Anything else you want to make sure anyone watching or listening knows about you, your work, or what's coming ahead in your program?
Um, if you would like to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, like I said, if you would like to, you can sign up for my newsletter. You get free embodiment practices every week.
Amazing.
Yeah, and my program is going to be or it is on my website, so you can find it there.
Okay. Amazing. Well, I'm so happy to have you here. And I meant to say at the beginning, right? I've crossed paths uh, with you by being part of the Embodied Society, right? I'm there as a coach, you're there, and it's been so amazing to watch participants like you who are committed to their own growth and committed to like working through the hard stuff
Mhm.
and doing it each in your own way, but so honoring your dream and your vision. And so it's just been so amazing to watch. And I'm grateful to be able to be part of your continued story as well. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here with me today. So,
Thank you.
all right. And I will make sure to include all of those links below so you can go find Heather and find her embodied rejuvenation, because I think there are a lot of us in those caregiving professions that can benefit from that work. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.